is Daniel.
Tiago. Look at you. I wish I could grow a beard like that. I've tried. It just comes out reddish. Yeah. No, it must be
I'm
good.
recording.
You are?
Yeah, I'm recording.
And why are we recording this?
Just try the camera or try the stick. The new stick.
Your stick, your favourite stick.
So what are you going to talk about today, sir?
Oh, I am going to talk about Azure.
Yeah.
And I called the talk the 9 Nights of Azure.
Okay.
And the reason I called it that was because if you put a number in it, people like it. But
Okay.
then I've discovered that 9 is too ambitious. And
Why is that?
because my talk is only allowed to go for an hour, and it goes for an hour 50, so I need to cut it down to the 4 Nights of Azure. It's not going to sound as good. So what I'm going to try to do
Are you
tonight...
serious? The 9 nights will be only 4 nights.
Well, I've got to come up with a technique where I drop the complexity out of some of these things or show it faster. But obviously when you show things faster, it doesn't feel good, it feels rushed.
Yeah.
So I got to, and hopefully tonight, I will start it off nice and slow, and then the last series of nights is going to be an abridged version. Dun 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 dun. And let's...
So you're gonna start very very deep in some of the features, and then you're just gonna rush through the last features, like they were not important.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm going to do the first couple of nights slowly, and then I'm just going to cover off other nights that you need to learn more about.
Okay.
And then I come to the end. And
So
the end-
they'll come to the talk. They're gonna learn enough to get started on 2 or 3 features, or maybe 4,
I think you'll learn.
and then they would learn nothing about the 5 next features.
They will not learn too much about the other features, but they will learn that they have to know them if you want to be a dev. Now, the sysadmins, what will they learn? Well, if they don't know anything about Azure, they'll know that Azure AD is important. They'll know that the devs should be, and if the devs aren't using API management, they should be. They will learn they better become a dev. Actually, the data side. If I was a sysadmin, just understanding all the choices of data, because when things are really slow, sysadmins often get involved when databases are being flooded and not being responsive. It is good to know, to be able to tell the devs have chosen the wrong architecture for the database.
And is that the dev's fault or the admin's fault?
It's probably the fault that there was no database architect to advise them, and it's not worth spending weeks and weeks trying to optimize a solution when they should switch the way they're doing their data store. Mm-hmm. And the last point should be when you are trying to like when events happen, like do you know what a black swan is?
No.
So in Europe there were white animals and black animals, but there were only white swans.
Okay.
And some biologists and stuff in England wrote about why it's impossible to have a black swan.
Okay.
And then they turned up to Western Australia and they saw a black swan. You go, what the hell? So what they did is, because they couldn't believe it could be a swan, they called it another type of animal. And later on, it became known as the Black Swan event. Mm-hmm. Like something's like, why would we say it's impossible to have a black swan? Mm-hmm. Of course, it was kind of obvious. One day, it could happen. Mm-hmm. And I believe that there's going to be a Black Swan event for the cloud. One day, Azure will go down. Or one day, AWS will go down.
Like
And
we'll
people
go
will go-
completely down.
Completely. And people will go, what the hell?
What's the point of all the
How did we do that? Like, what about all the redundancy and
redundancy? Yeah?
stuff like that? And I think there'll be a big movement to cloud agnostic. I think personally that's a wrong way of doing it, because from that point on, that's a really hard problem to solve. In fact, many big organisations have already tried to solve it, and no one's like, it's not easy. Like, where do you put the database? Which cloud do you put the database on? You know, how do you do synchronous replication? I think, and then as developers, we would have to develop down to the lowest common denominator. That wouldn't be fun. That'd be horrible.
It's like developing for IE6.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Is that a good analogy?
Well, we know any lowest common denominator is going to be bad. It's going to be crazy expensive and probably fruitless. So I think when that black swan event happens, we'll stop worrying about it and don't let it change all your architecture, because I don't think you'll end up, I think you'll just burn a lot of time anyway and not come up with a solution until other people do nice stuff. So it's better to spend that time and money improving your Azure architecture or your AWS architecture, so at least it's multi-regions, and you cater for that other, the normal problems that happen where a region could go down.
It will be pretty hard for all the regions to go down.
Yeah, pretty hard, and so cater for that. Because think about your own company now. None of our clients even solve the problem of when their infrastructure goes down. So why are they trying to solve entire clouds going down? A waste of time.
And that happens all the time on premises.
It does. I liked you said on premises. I still say on premise incorrectly. Microsoft people always ping me.
On-prem.
On-prem, that's better. But no, they correct you on that. They want it to be called on premises. There's even a Microsoft resource, some URL, all the right cloud terminology to use. Want to go through here? That's not a question. Shortcut? No.
So we've got Ben who likes beer here.
Oh, Ben!
So he can be part of the interview as well.
That's been interviewed. How are you, Benny?
Doing well.
Where's my hug?
You got an apple.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
So we're just interviewing Adam Cogan about the next talk he's gonna do.
Oh yes.
So you can ask him all about Azure, and he's gonna be able to answer, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Is that the case, Adam?
Pretty much.
Oh man,
We'll
that
see.
symbol is awesome.
Alright, so with that, we'll do a test play tonight and be ready for
Look at this. Can you turn this baby around?
Yes, we can. It's gonna take a while to go all the way to the other side.
Now you can't see what's going on.
Yeah, now I can see what's going on.
JK hasn't mastered the security of the office yet.
The problem is, I'm not used that this is stuck over here. So I thought I didn't unlock.
There you go.
You need to be a little less gentle with this door.
Okay. Now I'm gonna need to come back somehow.